Game streaming has failed yet again with Stadia's sad and misguided attempts to overturn the gaming market. We could easily imagine that as a headline. A bit emotionally charged, but effective nonetheless. However, the sorry state of Stadia is not analogous to the state of gaming streaming as a whole. In fact, there are two thriving game subscription services that we want to put the focus on today: Sony's PlayStation Now and Microsoft's Xbox Game Pass. We should note that as of the recording of this video, only PlayStation Now actually supports game streaming. But Microsoft is making efforts to offer this as an option to Xbox Game Pass subscribers in the near future. So we don't really see a problem mentioning it in this context. Both of these subscriptions grant you instant access to huge libraries of games filled with classics and recent releases alike. But aside from the fact that the end goal here is to offer players instant access to a vast selection of games, PlayStation Now and Xbox Game Pass could not be more different. The prices, quantity of games, and accessibility of these subscriptions differ wildly, which begs the question, which one is better? And that is exactly what we'll strive to answer in this video as we break down the pros and cons of each subscription. So without any further ado, let's begin. First things first, we have to consider the price. After all, if the price isn't right, many gamers simply won't buy a subscription, regardless of how good it is or what it has to offer. At the moment, PlayStation Now has the lead when it comes to this. While its 1-month subscription costs $9.99 a month, the 3-month and 12-month plans bring the overall price down to $24.99 and $59.99 respectively. If you break these numbers down, this means that the 12-month plan reduces the monthly price to a mere $4.99, effectively halving it. Sure, you have to commit to a year-round subscription, but considering what you're getting, this is as sweet as a sweet deal can get. And since this is the plan that most users purchase anyway, we'll use it as a baseline while referring to the price of PS Now later in this video. Meanwhile, the Xbox Game Pass only offers 1-month plans, but in 3 different flavors. First, there's Game Pass Console for $9.99, then there's Game Pass PC for $4.99, and finally Game Pass Ultimate for $14.99. The first 2 plans do exactly as advertised. They grant instant access to a game library for either the Xbox One or PC, plus some exclusive discounts and day 1 access to Xbox Game Studio titles when they are released. If you game on both the Xbox One and PC, you'd need to purchase both plans separately to enjoy what the Game Pass has to offer on both platforms. Well, either that or you could get the Game Pass Ultimate plan, which includes both the console and PC pass, as well as an Xbox Live Gold subscription for good measure. With the Xbox Live Gold subscription, you get access to online multiplayer, additional discounts, and most excitingly, you get 2 to 4 games added to your account each month, which can be accessed so long as you're subscribed to Xbox Live Gold. This means that you could forget about the Game Pass down the line should it no longer excite you and still retain a healthy library of games tied to your account as long as your Xbox Live Gold subscription is active. We repeated the word games exactly 5 times now, this instance not included, but this is too abstract sounding. So let's make it more concrete by taking a look at exactly how many games you get with each subscription and highlight a few fan favorites. At the moment, PlayStation Now offers over 800 titles, including games for the PS2, PS3, and of course PS4. With so many games spanning multiple console generations, you can bet there's something for everyone to enjoy here. From AAA games and first-party exclusives to indie releases. At the time of this video's release, this list includes the likes of Spider-Man, Control, Bloodborne, and Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain for the PS4, The Last of Us and Red Dead Redemption for the PS3, and Destroy All Humans and God of War 2 for the PS2, among many others. Some games do rotate out, so if you're watching this video a long time after its release and you're excited to get your hands on, say, Spider-Man, we recommend you check out the list of current games on offer by following the link in the description. As for Xbox Game Pass, it only offers 400 games, and this is then split between the console and the PC passes. So if you only plan on getting one of these, consider the selection of games effectively halved. Still, there are some impressive titles here, with the console portion offering Red Dead Redemption 2, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, Doom, Monster Hunter World, and of course, the untitled Goose Game. Meanwhile, the PC portion of the Game Pass includes the likes of Halo, the Master Chief Collection, Final Fantasy XV, Darksiders 3, and Forza Horizon 4. Some of the games are available on both the PC and console passes, so if any of these have piqued your interest, regardless of which platform we've highlighted for them, check out the current state of the Game Pass library through the link in the description, especially if it's been a long time since the video's release. Overall, PlayStation Now offers more content for less money. The Game Pass Ultimate does present itself as a great purchase for the folk who want the Game Pass on both platforms, but at $15 a month, the costs add up fast. And besides, you could get the same deal on PS4 by buying the year-round subscriptions for both PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus, the latter of which unlocks multiplayer, offers additional discounts, and nets you 2 free games every month so long as the subscription is active. The 12-month plan for the PS Plus also costs $59.99, and it's been known to go on discount itself, but even disregarding this fact, the 2 subscriptions together go for about $10 a month. The only problem would be in getting them both at the same time, since this would make the initial investment quite substantial. Although, the value of the Game Pass Ultimate will get even more enticing once Microsoft launches Project X Cloud later this year. We don't know when exactly this happens, but we know that the only way to get access to the service at launch will be through the Game Pass Ultimate subscription. So for the price of $15, gamers will get access to the Game Pass itself, Xbox Live Gold, and Project X Cloud. Rest in peace, Stadia. So the way we see it, Sony holds a firm lead in terms of price, especially in the long run, but price isn't really everything. In addition to price, we must also consider how convenient each of these services is to use. What platforms do they support, and how do they go about it? Remember how we said that Xbox Game Pass does not support game streaming at the moment? The way we see it, that's a huge plus in its favor, as it means the service infrastructure has been built from the ground up to allow you to download and play all the games locally. This applies to both the console and PC pass. This isn't to say that we won't appreciate the added convenience Project X Cloud will inject into the service with streaming as an option, but even without it, the Game Pass stands on its own. By contrast, PlayStation Now almost exclusively relies on streaming. Some games for the PS4 can be downloaded and played locally on the PS4, but this doesn't apply to PS3 and PS2 titles, and naturally, it doesn't apply to any titles if you use the Windows version of PS Now. Anytime you have to stream a game, you're guaranteed to suffer from increased input lag, not to mention inferior image quality. And that's if we take for granted that your internet connection is fast and stable enough to support this in the first place. What's worse, unless you want to deal with emulators, you have to use a DualShock 4 controller, even if you're using PS Now on the PC. Talk about an inconvenience. The only upside to the PS Now in this regard is that once you're subscribed, you can use the service on both the PS4 and PC. No need to purchase a separate plan for each console, or a plan that benevolently offers both at 3 times the price. So, when we take all of the above into consideration, which is the better gaming subscription service? That depends on what you're looking to get out of them. Both are great if you play into their strengths, but neither is without its weaknesses. If you're mainly concerned with the pricing, then PS Now is the clear winner. The only way Xbox Game Pass can compete is if you just need the PC Pass, which also comes in at $5. It also has the benefit of offering more games, although let's be real, you really shouldn't purchase either subscription because of how many games are on it, but because of which games are on it. In this sense, PlayStation Now still stands out as it allows you to experience some of the best exclusive PS4 has to offer, like Spider-Man and Bloodborne, even on PC. You'll have to deal with a higher input lag, but you'll still get to experience them. If, on the other hand, you're looking for the smoothest gaming experience, Xbox Game Pass is king. The fact that all of the games are played locally from your machine means that you don't suffer any of the negative side effects commonly associated with game streaming. This is especially important if you're looking to test your skills out in some online multiplayer games. Plus, it doesn't pressure you into using a controller on the PC that otherwise has compatibility issues with the platform. That said, it's generally a lot more expensive. Even the Ultimate plan, which is supposed to offer the best value, can't compete with the annual plans for PS Now and PS Plus together, which accomplish the same things as Xbox PC and Console Pass and the Xbox Live Gold subscription together, but have to be purchased separately. Once Project xCloud drops, the ball will be firmly in Microsoft's court in terms of the features and versatility, but even then, Sony will still hold appeal for gamers on a budget who just want an instant game library. As long as you keep this in mind, you should have no trouble figuring out which subscription is the better pick for you. And that about does it for this video. In conclusion, PS Now has more games and better exclusives, but most of the games have to be streamed, which isn't really ideal. Conversely, the Xbox Game Pass allows you to play all of the games locally. However, it not only has fewer games, but it costs more as well. How you decide to weigh these pros and cons is up to you though. In any case, we hope you found this video helpful. Please let us know if you have by liking the video, sharing it with friends, or leaving a comment. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so that you'll never miss a video. We upload a new one every week, so it shouldn't be much longer until the new one is out. In the meantime, may your games be fun and your losses few. And as always, we'll see you next time on Gaming